And let's react to some video, guys, because you guys were requesting me to react to like the Islamic marriage, okay, and stuff like that. Okay, let me just react to that. So this video is from Merciful Servant. This channel has like 4 million subscribers. Islamic marriage, okay. So yeah, let me share the screen and you guys can watch it together.
Today we will be speaking about a very
Hold on, let me increase the video
interesting
speed.
topic, and that is the husband-wife relation.
I'll have to speed it up a little more.
I think a lot of people have a lot to learn, because what happens is life is full of learning. If we don't learn,
Yeah, life is full of learning. You have to learn from your mistakes, and also if you are a wise man, then you can learn from someone else's mistakes. Like a lot of people will be making mistakes, and you can see that, okay, what kind of thing he has done, or that individual has done. So you can look it up online and a lot of places, and then you can think, oh yeah, this is what we can do, and yeah, this would be the right thing to do. A lot of people are just falling for beauties when it comes to marriage, and yeah, and then they will be like, she just did something like this, that. No, like it's your fault. Why don't you take the responsibility? Are you a weak man? What the hell are you talking about? You are the one who is responsible for that relationship. You have the capacity to choose somebody who, like if you want to be in a relationship with someone, then you are the one who is choosing. Oh, she's beautiful, let me look at her character. Okay, yeah, she has a good character, then you can go get into a relationship. But if you are just solely looking at the beauty, then you're gonna get screwed. Sometimes they can be they can look beautiful, at the same time they can have a beautiful character. So yeah, it's your fault. Why do you blame someone else for that? And it's kind of ridiculous. I've seen a lot of people, especially last time I went to the mall, there was somebody who was arguing with his other side, okay, like the partner, okay, and that person was like, oh, you have cheated on me. Like, you are the one who has chosen that person, and you are not taking any responsibility. You are just blaming the other person. Why the hell are you just arguing with each other? This is completely BS, and that's why I recommend everybody to be aware of certain things in your life. Otherwise, you are going to be screwed.
we will not be able to lead a life that is fruitful.
Yeah, like you are not gonna lead a life which is going to be fruitful. So yeah.
All of us, as we grow, and whilst we are young and still growing, we have a dream. And the dream is one day I will get married.
Yeah, a lot of people has the dream, but right now what we have in the Western world, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, oh, if I get married, I'm gonna lose 50% of my wealth. Oh my God, how can I do it? Is my partner going to be faithful to me? There is a lot of questions out there, and you don't even know like what you want to do. So yeah, like a lot of people are just going away from marriage. They're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have a relationship outside marriage, and that's it. A lot of people are doing it in the Western world, but a lot of Muslim countries or Islamic countries, I don't know even how to say it, but they have different sets of rules, and that's why they are able to have uh, more successful relationship than what we have in the West. Now, some of you will say, "Oh, they are oppressing women. That's why it's happening." Have you ever asked them directly? If you survey 70%, more than 70% of the women supports their system. That's why that system exists over there. It's not like a couple of people who are just getting together and protesting, oh, I'm being oppressed, I'm doing this, and they're forcing me to. There is a small group of people who disagree with the law, they are Muslim women, and I can agree that okay, they might feel certain kind of oppression. I don't know exactly, but they may be. So they're going against the rule, and but if you are thinking according to the like democracy or stuff like that, then you have majority of the women who are supporting that rule, like, oh yeah, everybody should be covered up, they should be like, it's their like it's their way, like I'm not the one to like go there and force them, oh this is what you're gonna do, like for example, France banned head cover, okay, like Muslim women cannot wear head cover, so they have banned it, and it's their rule, you have to follow it, it's the law of the land, so you don't have a like way, like majority of the people have chosen it, they may have gone through voting system and they may have chosen it. Some I think Switzerland, where they got like 50 over 50% vote to ban head cover, so there is a lot of things going on in the European system, and where in Islamic country or Muslim country they have also, some of them have democracy, and they want like women, majority of women want other women to cover their head, to cover their body properly. So what the hell are you talking about? Like, it's their own thing. If the majority wants that, would you allow it? Because European nations are just banning head cover, so they should have the same rule. But no, just because you agree with European system doesn't mean that you like you are not agreeing with the, like you are a hypocrite if you are disagreeing with the rule, like, oh, democracy, majority people are agreeing with this thing, so Europe has the right to do it, therefore we should be following it. But when it comes to Muslim country, oh, majority of people wants to wants their female side to cover up. You have problem with that? What, are you a hypocrite right now? You don't even believe in democracy.
And
Get the fuck out of here, man.
one day I will do this. You know, if it's a female, she would say, one day I will marry such and such a prince of mine. And the male would say, well, one day I will have the princess. And
Yeah, like when we were young, we wanted to, like, I wanted to get married. Like, as soon as I become an adult, I'm gonna get married. And that's what was my position, even while I was 19 years old. Right now, I think that the system is ridiculous right now, that I can't even think of getting married. Like, if I'm getting married, I'll have to think of a lot of things in order to get married. And you know, the system, it's like they have to change the system, man. It's not even favoring in any way. Like, a man is not favored in the marriage, marital relationship. It's like kind of like you have to pay child support. You can't say your partner whether or not they can get abortion. Like, if you say, oh, you're forcing, you're controlling, you're toxic. What? So your partner can choose whether or not to have the child, yeah. And then there is a lot of things going on, like it favors the women. I'm not saying that women are bad at all. I'm not saying that. It's the system, like it's the government system which is not fair to man, so they should change it. And also, like after women, especially 70 to 80% women initiates the divorce, so they have the chance to take 50% of my wealth. All right, so that is also unfair. Like, if she is not contributing in any way, like, okay, she doesn't know how to do business, she doesn't know how to like do software stuff. If right now I can choose any person, but if she doesn't know how to do any of that thing, and she's just like doing the thing in the family, that's fine. But if she decides to, like, I'm not going to initiate divorce unless she's cheating on me or anything like that. That's my thing, okay? If I'm getting married to somebody, I'm not gonna initiate divorce. That I know that for sure, because I'm not into that kind of stuff. Like, okay, she deserves a better life, so I'm gonna give her that life. But if she, which is the majority of the time, like if she decides to get divorced, like which is 70 to 80% of the time women initiates the divorce, so what you gonna do? Like, you don't have a choice. Like, she can take anything, half of your wealth. And I disagree with that. Like, why? If she is not contributing in any way, she will take my children, she will take everything that I have, and I'm broke. If I have $1 million, she's gonna take $500,000. All right, okay, that's okay. For now, let's agree with that. Okay, if I'm getting married second time, how much that second wife is gonna take? $250,000. So how is that fair among women? It's not even fair amongst women. So what the hell are you talking about here?
This is what will happen, and this is the type of person we need to know that this entire thought.
So yeah, that's why in Western world marriage is broken. Marriage system is broken.
Needs to be harnessed, and we need to think very carefully what type of a person we want to marry. The reason is that decision will determine the rest of our lives.
Yeah, like that's why you have to look at the character instead of like beauty solely. Like, yeah, women are beautiful, most women are. Very few of them are ugly, okay? So, and also it's subjective. Some people find someone very beautiful, while some other people will find that same person ugly. So I don't understand like what, like I don't know what to say about that thing. But what I'm gonna say here is that it's a subjective matter, so we shouldn't be judging people based on our feelings or what we deemed as beautiful or anything like that. So yeah, but yeah, you got the idea, like what I'm talking about.
Or a life of doom. The decisions of marriage are by far the most important decisions that one could make.
Yeah, because that person is going to like work on your future generation, like your next generation. So yeah, that's why it's really important, as well as that person can screw you up. Like, okay, if she chooses to sleep with another man, then people will criticize her, but at the same time your reputation will go downhill. So you don't have a choice but to marry somebody who is going to make sure that your life is in a better place. Like it's all together, it's fixed, it's in a good position. For example, Will Smith and Jada Smith, like his wife screwed him up. Okay, he has this reputation, now he's screwed. Now how he's gonna show up his face? This person has screwed up. So yeah, you have to understand that
within one's social circle and even for the rest of life. So it is important for us to know what the Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, teaches us
alone
regarding making this choice. Firstly, he says that a woman can be married for some reasons. Some of these reasons are لمالها ولجمالها ولحسبها ولدينها. She can either be married for her wealth. Some people look at wealth, wow, wealthy family.
Yeah, it's fine. Like if you're looking for wealth, like okay, maybe like if I have $1 million, maybe if I have $1 billion, that means $1,000 million. If I have that amount of money, and if you wanna, let's say like okay, I'm gonna take $1 million from you, it's fine. Like I'm gonna agree with that. But if you're like, oh, you haven't done anything, you are not a millionaire, you are just making like $20,000 a year, and then you are coming into sorry, you are getting married to me, and then you are like, I'm gonna take your $500 million for no reason. It's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, I'm disagreeing with the system right now.
And sometimes they look at the status in society. Wow, you know, good lineage, or should I say high status in society, prestigious people, let me get married. Sometimes they look at the looks. This person is very good looking, very pretty girl.
Yeah, it's fine. Like if you can look at the beauty, and women can look at the money, and that's completely fine. But the thing is that if you're a man, you have to look at the character as well. Otherwise, they can take your 50%. Okay.
And there is something that people,
and it can be the same for women as well.
Look at, which is religion, character, and conduct. So the Prophet says, "فَظْفَرْ بِذَاتِ الدِّينِ تَرِبَتْ يَدَاكَ." Become successful by selecting the one.
It's very interesting. Like Islamic marriage are quite good, like they have a good influence on a relationship.
Who has religion, character, and conduct. And this is why the Prophet, may peace be upon him, says, إذا جاءكم من ترضون دينه وخلقه فزوجوه إلا تفعلوه تكن فتنة في الأرض وفساد عريض. When someone comes to you with a proposal and you are happy with their level of character and conduct as well as religion, then do not disagree or deny them. Let them get married to your daughter. If you don't allow them, there may be lots of fitna and fasad. What is fitna and fasad on earth? Fitna meaning corruption, problems, disruptions, difficulties.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who would be like, okay, if you're 20, you can't get married. Nope, I disagree with that. Like, if you're 20, you're adult, you can get married if you want to, and we shouldn't be the one to judge you based on our world view. And this is kind of ridiculous right now, and a lot of people are doing it. Oh, you don't have a character, you are a loser, you are doing this, you are doing that. And a lot of women especially are criticizing young women who are getting married when they're adult, like 18 years old or 19 years old. So it's kind of ridiculous to think sometimes, whoa, what you are doing, oh, you don't have a career, you're a loser. What? Why should we? Why you were trying to downplay their marriage and their choice? Oh no, you can make a choice of getting married at a young age. You can do this. What? If you are able to choose your career, if you want to go to a professional field and you want to work for somebody, that's your choice and you are fine with it, then why the hell are you criticizing someone else's choice when they're adult and they're allowed to get married?
Calamities, so many things can happen. So this is the teaching of Muhammad, may peace be upon him. We need not reject proposals without a reason. Some people will reject it solely because they've had a problem with someone, solely because they had one raw deal where they were wrong sometimes, and their daughter has to suffer, the son has to suffer. They lose out on good proposals. As we all know today, to get a good person to marry is like hunting for a needle in a haystack. Perhaps not as difficult as that, but for a lot of people it may be just that. And it is very, very risky because sometimes we've picked up part of the hay and we think it's a needle. And in the same way, we think we have a good man or a good wife, and it only turns out later on that they're not as good as we thought they were. So it's important for us, once we've...
That's why it's like a compromise, sacrifice is important. You have to look at certain traits, like, okay, this person has certain traits, so yeah, we are good fit for the marriage, but after getting married, you have to look at the look at something like compromising. Okay, how much that other person is compromising. Oh, can I compromise on certain things as well? So yeah, you have to compromise on certain things, and that's how you can create the relationship. I'm not saying like, okay, a lot of people has a delusional idea like, oh, I can find a relationship. No, you can find a relationship, but you have to create a relationship as well through sacrifice and compromise. So yeah, if you want to like think that, oh, everything will be fruitful, then you are doomed to have a bad relationship, because yeah, it's like a rare thing. It's like in Bengali it says like amavasya chad. So yeah, it's kind of like you will never see it, like it's very rare. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't have a proper translation of that word, so yeah.
Each one of us should be, the main aim in our lives should be to please our Maker, to please our Creator. We need to be constantly conscious of that. If that is the case, we will be able to lead a happy life.
Yeah, like we are living in a society where we don't even think of God, and we are just, oh, I can do whatever I want, and you know, like that your own mindset is destroying yourself, and that's what is really important right now, that okay, I cannot have the mindset which will destroy me in the future. So yeah, you have to be fearful of God, like, whoa, what God has commanded me to do, oh, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, like God has the knowledge, like how to be a successful how to have a successful relationship, and he has advised you. I'm not saying God is a male or female. I'm just saying the word he to mention, like to give him respect, okay? But he's not a male or female in my opinion. I mean, from what I believe. So yeah, but what he has said to us, or what he has told us to do, like we should be following that kind of stuff in order to have a good relationship. And I don't think that a lot of people understand that, and that's why we need to understand that, okay, yeah, This is really important. If you want to have a successful relationship, you gotta have something in place. And yeah, I'm gonna be able to, like, you have to have the mindset of um, you have to have the mindset of compromising and sacrificing on certain things. You cannot be like, oh, I'm not gonna sacrifice anything at all. That marriage is going to be doomed.
Creator. My religion teaches me to be the best person, to be the best husband, to be the best wife, to be good in character, good in conduct, to get up early in the morning, to to read late at night, to make sure that I've prayed, to make sure that I have fulfilled my duties unto Him, as well as my duties unto the rest of my family members. All that is part and parcel of my religion and fulfilling what the Almighty has instructed me to fulfill. And for this reason, when you look at someone who has character, conduct, they speak well, they know how to come across. When they want to say something, they choose the best way of coming across. You will lead a much happier life than marrying someone who's very abrupt, no character, no conduct, no religion, and so on. We've had
Yeah, but the thing is that you can look at the beauty, okay, it can be your main thing, and then you have to look at the character. If you're just solely getting married to somebody who is beautiful, who looks good, who looks handsome, you are going to have trouble in your relationship. A lot of people are having it, and especially I just gave you that example that I have seen in the mall. Like, okay, they got married, they had a relationship, and the man was blaming the women, like, oh, you were beautiful, I got married to you just based on the look, and then you were just screwing me up, and it's your fault, man. Why the hell you don't take responsibility for your own action?
cases where you have people who pick up their wives in nightclubs. It is said that is exactly where they leave them.
You are not going to change somebody, okay? Like, you have to have certain characteristics, okay? Like, this person is this level of, like, let's say a person is 75% good. You can just push it a little more and to make them like 90% good, okay, or 80% good. But if that person is like a bad person, you are not gonna change them to a good person at all. Like, it's not gonna happen. You are not going to change them. Oh, I'm gonna change him or her with my love. You are just living in fantasy, okay? It's not gonna happen.
We ask Allah to protect us. What that means is they pick.
Like, it's a rare case to see somebody changed upside down. Like,
Someone
it's
up
not gonna happen. It's
in
rare.
the nightclub because of how good their legs looked, or for example, how nice their face was, or how beautiful the hair was. The day they find someone with better legs, na'udhu billah, or better hair, or better looks, they will drop this one and go for the next. So that was not the proper way of looking for a wife. Whereas we needed to be introduced to someone with utmost dignity and respect. Why is it that Islam teaches us the introduction?
Yeah, that's why. Like, if you're just solely looking at their legs, how their body and stuff like that, like, if you're into that kind of stuff, like, you are gonna lose respect for your wife someday. Like, okay, and also women, you have to understand that if you are just getting a relationship through your looks, like, showing off your body, then you're gonna have hard time. Like, if you are attracting somebody through that stuff, they're gonna fall into that trap once again. They will look for someone else. Oh, that person has nice body, so I'm gonna have a relationship with that person. So yeah, you have to be understanding of that. That's why I think I really agree with the Islamic teaching as for like clothing up properly. So yeah.
So that we can protect the female from being blackmailed, from the gullibility that she might be falling into, and from being abused and used. You find a person behind the backs of their parents, they develop a link with someone, and they continue. This person is blinded by love. We all know even the English saying, love is blind. The English have said it. Love is blind. Islam says the same thing. The hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says, love can not only blind you, but it can make you deaf and dumb at the same time, which means you will not understand anything because it's love. So they will come.
Yeah, a lot of people. I think I've seen my cousin wanted to like commit suicide. He wanted to like sacrifice his life um, for someone who didn't love him back. So yeah, it was ridiculous. Like, but at the same time, you have to be understanding of that. Like, maybe they have certain emotions. So yeah, you cannot be emotional like that. And I'm not just saying, like, right now he is married and he is having a good time with his wife. So yeah, like, back then he was really emotional and he had made a poor choice. Like, somebody saved him back in the day. So yeah, like, I understand that. At the same time, you have to be like, if you are a parent, then you have to teach your children like how to lead a good life. And if you're just promoting certain kind of behavior outside marriage, then they're gonna fall into that trap, and then they're gonna lose respect for someone else's choice. Like, okay, if a woman chooses not to be in a relationship with you, then they're like, what you were doing, like you want to commit something that is it's kind of like blackmailing the other person. No, you have to choose me. Why didn't you choose me? Now I'm gonna sacrifice my life. It's ridiculous. um, from the parent side, I think, because you have to be putting some pressure on them. You have to putting some kind of like you have to teach them the right way. Like, okay, this is not how you conduct a relationship. So
come to you with their gifts, with their beautiful words. They only show you what they want to show you. And in the process, what happens? We tend to think this is them. We have not yet lived with them. We don't even know their family. We don't know what their family thinks of them.
yeah, a lot of people are just hiding it. So that's why you have to look in the family. Like, okay, how many are they? Uh, the person you're interested in, you have to look at their family. Like, okay, what's the family structure look like? Okay, they're together. Okay, that's fine. That gives me a green flag. Okay, is the father is masculine? You have to look at that. If a father is feminine, then that's kind of a red flag. So yeah, do the father controls the family? Is he dominant and stuff like that? You have to look at it and his word, like, okay, how he's conducting himself. Is his mother sorry, is her mother is trying to like do all the things, being masculine and stuff like that? You have to look at it. Like, I'm not saying that all if your mother is masculine, you are going to have a hard time or anything like that. I'm saying that, okay, it will be a good thing if you see a good father and mother relationship in your wife, like in your wife's life, so, or the person's life. You So yeah.
We don't know what the friends think of them. And this is why the introduction was wrong, in the sense that we haven't yet understood the whole person, and we're so much in love with them, we cannot wait to get married. So we think, let's get married. We put pressure on our parents and everything, say it were to happen, and we ended up marrying the second day, if not the first. We're already complaining, this is not the same person I married. This is not the same person. Look at him. He's vulgar. No, he is the same person, but he didn't show you what he didn't want you to see prior to getting married, because he needed you in his picture. Now that you're in his picture, it's over. You're doomed. May Allah protect us. Nobody is doomed. We always have another chance, but let's not repeat the mistakes, and let's not continue in that way. For this reason, we are taught the introduction should happen with respect, and when it happens with respect, the elders need to know about it. Someone, some male needs to know about it, and they need to approve of it, in the sense that they should guide.
For all the women out there, do not get into intimate relationship with somebody outside marriage. It's kind of going to destroy your marital relationship in the future. So yeah, a lot of people will say, oh, then how you are going to find love? You are going to be like, you don't like, what I'm saying here is that you don't have to be intimate with somebody. If somebody is interested in you, then tell them, oh, I'm not gonna offer you intimate relationship outside marriage. If you want to get married, this is my character traits. These are the things that I do. If you like me, then let's get married. If you don't like me, then let's not get married. Okay. And if you're a woman, you can just look it, like, you have to like ask your guardian to check him, like, okay, whether the guy is a good fit for you. A lot of the time women will choose the wrong person, and like a man, especially if you have a male guardian in your life who is masculine, he's gonna be able to find the right person for, like, he's gonna give you the right types of advice when it comes to finding um, a good partner. So yeah, you have to like, before you get married, you have to ask somebody who is a male in your life, if you are getting married to a male. So yeah, you have to ask them, because men understand another man better than any other woman. So yeah, if you are just thinking that, oh, you can make better decisions than a male, like a male counterpart, you're wrong over here. That's why in Western world you have 70 to 80% divorce rate. So yeah.
us along. Before you fall head over heels in love with someone, you need to know their character and conduct, and you need to have moved through a category where you could have said no without it hurting you, and without you feeling, oh, I've lost so much, this person is my enemy because they're telling me no, and that person is my enemy because they're telling me no. We don't want that type of behavior. And for that reason, we protect the female, especially from the beginning. Sometimes I know the world is preaching freedoms and so on. Sometimes the word freedom is used to drop us into the dumps, and we don't realize that. We don't understand it. Sometimes,
yeah, that's why you have to ask somebody who has experienced in certain things. A lot of people would be like, oh, I'm not gonna take advice from you, you are my enemy, or anything like that. Like, you don't just you see love is blind and stuff like that. So yeah, you have to be really conscious about what you are thinking is right or wrong. Like, yeah, sometimes you can make mistakes, but when it comes to marriage, it's a big thing, big steps towards your future. And if you're making a big mistake when it comes to marriage, your life is going to be ruined. So yeah, you have to be aware of that.
the word freedom is used in actual fact to enslave us. We don't realize it. And sometimes it is used
Yeah, that's true. Freedom of choice.
correctly where we are, to be honest with you,
To be honest with you, we don't have the freedom of choice. Like, a lot of the things are controlled. Okay, you cannot do this, you cannot um, uh, like a lot of things, you know that. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that, but like, you cannot just okay, I'm not gonna talk about that.
practicing also.
It's gonna be a long video after that.
Freedoms. So we need to know what decision we make for the type of person we marry. Once you marry the right person, ask yourself, in fact, prior to marriage, is this person fit to be the mother of my children? Is this
Yeah, that's the question you should be asking.
person fit to be a father to the children I expect to have? Will they be a role model? If that is the case, the way they will speak to me will be with respect. They will consider me, they will dignify. Whatever I have to say will be held in high esteem. If they need to correct me, they will do it in all love. They will do it with such goodness and kindness. When they walk with me, they will not disgrace me in public. They will be people who will try to look at things how I look at things. And at the same time, as I said, when they need to correct me, they will correct me in a way that will be palatable and acceptable. It will be digested quite easily. What we need to realize also is husband and wife, many a times.
Anyway, just go ahead and watch the full video, The Truth About Marriage, by Mufti Mank. And the YouTube channel is The Merciful Servant. So yeah, I think I have given you enough information regarding marriage, like how to have a successful relationship. Okay,